All right, and very exciting day it is indeed. The entire set for Extradimensional Crisis has been revealed. Let me know how you guys' pulls have gone. I know none of you have wasted time. You guys have probably already started pulling, but I just want to go through all the cards. For you guys that don't know about all the cards, here they are. And I'm gonna talk about most of all of them. I'm gonna skip some of these basic ones that I don't think are crazy, but I want to talk about a few of them. Give my early opinions. Now let's start just right here. We do have a brand new Decidueye normal stage 2. This is not an EX, but it does snipe for 70 damage anywhere on the board. Don't sleep on this card. I know this is very early into the set. Do not sleep on this card. I actually think this is pretty crazy. I think we're going to see a lot of Decidueye Greninja decks without the EX that just do 100 anywhere. Because, or 90. It does 90 anywhere, yeah. Together, Greninja and Decidueye can do 90 anywhere on the bench, or inactive. It's crazy. You could even pair this Decidueye with the EX one, to be honest, if you really wanted to. But I do think Decidueye Greninja is going to be a fair, bet. We already did talk about Buzzwole EX in my older video, but, now we can actually use it. We can get some decks out. Maybe we can see some cards that might, pair well with it. What else? We do have a new Sharpedo here. Now, this might be the first time. Is this the first Sharpedo ever in Pocket history? This might be the first Sharpedo ever in Pocket history. Crunch, flip a coin. If heads, it discards a random energy. For 50, I actually don't think this is that bad. And a lot of things discard energy nowadays, especially in this set. We all know about Guzzlord. Luxray. This is a brand new Luxray. This does not snipe like the previous one. Instead, it has basically Intimidation. As long as this Pokemon is inactive, it weakens the attacks to it by 20 damage. It weakens all the attacks by 20 damage. Electro Ball for 90, I'm not big on this one. But the ability is kind of interesting. It makes it a little bit tankier, but nothing too crazy in my humble opinion. We do also have a brand new Substrika. 70 for 2 is actually not bad at all. This reminds me of Toucannon, almost, but it's way weaker HP. But it's also a stage 1 though, not a stage 2. We do have this Zeraora. Also, I did talk about this. I don't think this thing is great. It powers itself up, but 2 for 50, 90 HP is just... I don't know. I think it's kind of terrible. Trevenant is also here, and I also think this is also terrible. I'm not going to lie. Illuminate. Now, the thing is, Illuminate, I actually don't think it's too bad for finding Mons. It's just, what deck would you guys run this in? I asked it before, but I don't know exactly what deck you would run Shiinotic in. It's colorless, so you could put it anywhere, I suppose, right? But because you're not really going to want to attack with it per se, you just want to find Mons with it. I don't like the fact that it has to evolve to do that though. I don't really like that. We also do have a Metatype, Metacham. Baltoy 2 for 30 is very strange. But what is Heal Block? Pokemon can't be healed. Ooh. This is kind of interesting. I don't know how I feel about the HP. It's kind of squishy. And this move is terrible. But Heal Block is kind of interesting. Maybe you can make some weird niche decks. This is very exciting. We do have a Lycanroc EX. And you may be wondering, it doesn't look that great. But remember, Rockruff always automatically finds its evolution. So this thing is going to get built extremely fast. Extremely fast. Like, it's going to be so consistent. I think you could maybe run it with... I don't know. What could you run this thing with? Because it does need 3 energy. You're not going to be able to accelerate it, really. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but I think it's interesting. If Passimian is on your bench, this attack does 40 more damage. If Passimian is on your bench, this attack does 40 more damage. So you want to run multiple? Oh, it's like he's passing to the other Passimian. That's decent. That's decent. What is this? Palossand. There's a brand new Palossand Sandtoon. This is a 4 for 90 and it can't retreat. Way too expensive. Way too expensive. That card is trash. Fake Out. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent is paralyzed. It's interesting. I also think the other Alolan Persian is also interesting though. Crocodile is here. Very exciting. Reading some Generation 5 representation. Flip 3 coins. For each heads, a card is chosen at random from your opponent's hand. Oh, and your opponent reveals the card and shuffles it. So it basically messes with the opponent's deck. I think it's kind of expensive, but you could get it started somehow maybe. Nihilego, we talked about Nihilego. We do have Naganadel, 1 for 40, your opponent is poisoned. I actually think it's pretty good. Sleeper card, and it's an Ultra Beast. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. We have an Alolan Doug Trio EX. Your eyes are not deceiving you, folks. Why did this get an EX? I actually have no idea, but let's check it out. 130 HP, it's okay. For a stage 1, that is actually okay. Flip 3 coins. This does 60 for each heads. This is another flippy card, bro. This is another flippy flip card. You know how I feel about them. Horrible. But that's just because my luck is terrible. But if I fight it, it's going to do 1,000,000 damage to me, so. You know how it goes. Aggron is finally here. Giga Impact. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Horrible. Well, they screwed over Aggron. Anyways, Ferrothorn, which I actually think might be very good, because we all know you can accelerate Steel types pretty hard. It's not that hard to accelerate Steel types. Steel Spikes. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, do 20 damage. So kind of like Dredagon, but he attacks for 70 and does not need multi-energy. He just needs Steel. Sleeper card. I actually think it could be very annoying to fight against Ferrothorn. Now, we have Stoutland. I did not expect this. Another Gen 5 mon. Maybe Gen 5 set is next? Maybe? Possibly, right? That'd be very exciting. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, attacks used by your opponent's mon cost 1 more energy. So, he kind of slows down the opponent. I actually think it's not that bad. Rare Candy, too. Anything that is Rare Candyable, stage 2, right? And only needs 2 energy can be decent. So, watch out for Stoutland. Beware is here. A brand new Beware. Flip 2 coins. Wait, what? Wait, let me... Flip 2... Do you guys see this? Do you see what I'm reading? Wait. Flip 2 coins. If both of them are heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out. What? Is this the first OKO card in the game? Wait, is this the first one-hit KO card in the game? Well, we are definitely making videos on you, buddy. That sounds too hilarious. That is funny. This dude really has a move called Hammer in 3 for 70, bro. What? I mean, it's whatever, right? Silvally, I was very excited for this Pokemon. If you played a supporter card from your hand during your turn, this attack does 50 more damage. So he does 100. It's basically 2 for 100 if you use a supporter card. So, you could Cyrus somebody, and it powers him up, and he does 100, and he snipes them. That's just what I thought about in my head. That could be decent. I guess you would run this guy with Cyrus, huh? If there's a Gladion card, maybe. Oh, there is a Gladion card, by the way. But we are getting to some brand new items. We definitely have to read these and check these out. Now, Beast Wall. You can use this card only if your opponent hasn't gotten any points. Oh, okay. You can only use this card if your opponent has knocked out none of your Pokemon, right? If there's 0 points. During your opponent's next turn, all of your Ultra Beasts, keep that in mind, only Ultra Beasts take minus 20 damage from attacks. So it helps Ultra Beasts tank attacks, and it's an item card, so you can use this and a supporter in the same turn. It's kind of interesting, but is it worth running as an item slot? Is this worth running? I guess we're gonna find out, right? Yeah, I guess we'll find out. It could help Guzzlord survive a Meowscarada, right? Maybe. I guess. Repel. This is actually very interesting. I was just thinking they should add a Repel item. Switch out your opponent's active basic mon to the bench. That's actually not bad at all. You know what this does? Darkrai's, you know how people lead Darkrai and Giratina decks? You can actually repel Darkrai's. What else can you repel? You can repel Giratinas. You can repel even Mewtwo's. You can repel. Well, I'm only thinking about, basic mons. So you can't repel stage 1s or stage 2s, but you can repel any basic mon in the game. So even Buzzwolves, Guzzlord, you can repel them. That's actually really good. I think this item is actually very good, by the way. Wow, okay. We got a brand new Pokemon tool for electric types. If the electric Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack, move 2 electric energy from that Pokemon and attach 1 energy to each 2. This thing, attach 1 energy to 1 energy each to 2. Oh, okay, I was confused because it says 2-2. 2-2. Alright, anyways. 1 energy to each 2-2 of your benched Pokemon. Energy each 2-2 of your... Alright, anyways. Alright, guys, it's not my fault. It says 2-2, it messes with your brain. But you can attach 1 energy to 2 of your benched Pokemon, by the way. It does not say electric Pokemon. It says 2 of your benched Pokemon. So you can use this to power up anything. with electric energy, but I guess I'd assume you'd use it with electric ones. I don't know how I feel about this card. I think it would be better if I could attach 2 energy to one Pokemon instead of 2 energy, 1 each to 2 different Pokemon. I don't think I like that. Do you guys like that card? I don't think I like that card that much. I don't know if that's worth using. Beastite. Beastite? Attacks used by the Ultra Beast this card is attached to do +10 to your opponent's active Pokemon for each point you have gotten? Isn't this Beast Boost? Oh, I was wondering where is Beast Boost, right? Because none of the mons have Beast Boost as an ability. This is basically Beast Boost. The more points you have, the more damage your Ultra Beast does. That's the easy way to explain it. The more points that you have, the more damage you do. So if you have 2 points, this does +20 damage, right? I'm assuming. That's kind of crazy, right? Unless if you have 2 points, it actually does wait. Nah, I think it would be +20, right? Because 1 point would equal +10. Or does this start at +10? Even if you have 0 points, does it start at +10? For each point, no, it's only for each point. So if you have 2 points, this does +20. I think everybody's gonna run this. I think everybody will run this because I think it activates breakpoints for things like, Guzzlord. This now does 140 instead of 120. So, it's something to keep in mind. You can one-shot certain EX Pokemon. I think everybody's gonna use Beastite. Anyways, Gladion. Put 1 random type Null or Silvally from your deck into your hand. Oh, okay. I see the play. So you combo Gladion, right? You find your Silvally, you have type Null in the active, use Gladion, you evolve into Silvally, and you automatically have the +50 on your Silvally, and you do 100 damage. Right? That's niche. I feel like Gladion's gonna be like extremely niche. I don't know. Alright, Looker's in the game finally. Your opponent reveals all the supporter cards in their deck. That's kind of interesting, actually. In their entire deck is actually very interesting. I don't know if that's worth running a supporter card for. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Luzamine, we already know about Luzamine. Choose one of your Ultra Beasts, attach 2 random energy from your discard pile, but you can only use this card if your opponent has gotten at least 1 point. So, yeah, you gotta sack something first. We also have these brand new full arts. This looks incredible. It's kind of creepy, isn't it? It's like Pheromos is gonna like get you and do something to you, right? Alright, anyways, with Cephalon, we saw this one already. We do have the immersive of the set. Where is it? Here you go. The immersive of the set is not a supporter card. Sorry, it's not Luzamine. I know some of you wanted it to be immersive Luzamine. It's not. It's actually immersive Buzzle, and I guess he's flying up into the sky. He looks pretty cool. I don't know. I think it looks nice. We also have, full art Gladion, which is sick. Full art Luzamine. I know a ton of you want this card, right? Everyone does want that card, of course. These Rumbles look nice as well. I for one love this one. Guzzlord just eating a city with some breakfast right here. Is this guy watching a Guzzlord eating a city outside of his little breakfast house? You see this? Isn't that crazy? I also would like that card. But, caramba. I already made my video, my opinion on shinies. I think we all share the same opinion, right, guys? How we feel about shinies being in the brand new sets. It's kind of a W and an L at the same time because these are, of course, old cards. But I will say thank you for using meta cards because now we can use Shiny Greninja. So hey, I'm not complaining. I'm not going to complain if I pull this because this is actually sick. I love Shiny Greninja. And this, I actually would love to get this. I can't lie, I love Shiny Celebi and I'm actually happy it's here. So at least there are some cool looking shinies here, but I really do not like the inclusion of old shinies. I really don't. I still do not like that. I don't like it at all. I don't. Like, who is using Arcanine, bro? I'm sorry, like, who? Anyways, though, I do want Pink Celebi and I do want Black Greninja. At least they're here, right? And the crown rare of the set is Nihilego. It's not Necrozma. No, it's not Ultra Necrozma. It's Nihilego. Regular Nihilego. It's not Nihilego EX. It's basic Nihilego is the crown. Does this count as Lily Glaze? I don't know, guys. Does this actually count as, like, Lily Glaze? I don't know. I'm going to count this as even more Lily Glaze, right? Because this is basically Golden Lily. If we're being real. Nihilego isn't necessarily Lily, but, like, same thing. Luzamine styled Lily after Nihilego, blah, blah, blah. This, I don't know. This is cool to me personally because I love the Pokemon Nihilego. But I don't know how people are going to feel about this. How do you guys feel about the gold being Nihilego of all things? right? Is this the most popular Ultra Beast? Really? More than Pheromosa? More than Buzzle? I for one love it, but I don't know how people are gonna feel about this. But anyways, that is every card in the set. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to do some pulls because yeah, videos are to be made, decks are to be tried. I'm very excited. But I hope you guys are messing with the brand new cards. Do you like them? Do you think they're kind of mid? Do you think none of them are that great? Do you like this new set? Do you not like it? How do you feel about the brand new shinies and all that mess? Comment down below if you're excited and let me know if you guys have pulled anything nice yet. I'm about to get to pulling and I'm about to get to recording. Anyways, like and sub. Looks pretty cool, I guess. And I'm out of here. Golden Crown, Lego home.